Hello, welcome back to our YouTube channel yegobox, and today we are going to do something a little bit different. You have been following our YouTube channel where we have been publishing the Flutter tutorial, and that was just the basics of Flutter, just the introduction of Flutter. And as a part of this community, we want to grow it and part of it, just to be a developer, there is some tools that you need to use and know how to use them in order for you to be fitting in a specific organization. And part of them are GitHub. So moving forward, we are going to have GitHub where the assignment will be submitted, because this is the community, and we strongly believe that in order to grow this community, we need to have a sort of like how we do stuff, and just how can we create the developers that can be on a computing age. And because we know what it takes just to fit in any organization, and we believe that this is the things that we can help. And and that's why most of those assignments will be submitted on GitHub account. So, and uh, and because this is the community, and we want everyone to be involved and learning together, and that's why we have the WhatsApp group that help us to keep the community to feel included and also grow together. So that is the part of the, the journey that we are starting together, just creating the community of developers. So that is something I'm really fascinated about, and I want just to happen. So today I'm going to, because of course we have been using the browser to learn the basic of Flutter, but that's just not how a normal developer write his code on daily basis. So he need to have the Flutter SDK installed on his machine. So that's what we are going to do today, so that you can have Flutter installed on your machine, and moving forward you can just test the codes on your machine and on your phone, see if it is working, and then also upload the assignment on a GitHub page that I will be sharing. And that's it. That's what we have, and that's how we are going to move forward, and make sure that we grow uh, on specific direction. So so I'm going to start by showing you how to have the Flutter running on your machine. So the first things you do, you go to this website, flutter.dev, and that is the official website of Flutter SDK. So then, there is a system requirement here. You need to have the Windows 7 SPA 1 or better. Windows 10 would be great. So, and you'll be having the disk space of 1.32 gigabytes. So at least you should have that. And you need to have the PowerShells, and you need to have GitHub for Windows. So you can see that these two requirements are very necessary for you to have the Flutter running on your machine. So once that is done, I will show you how to install the GitHub Rater for your machine. Then you go to download the SDK. So you download this folder called flutter window.zip. Then you put on your machine at any location you want. So it doesn't matter where you put. So the important thing is that after downloading it, you extract files and paste the contained Flutter uh, in any location you want. For example, you can put it in on C drive, and you can put it like this one. So it doesn't matter where you place it, just place it at a place where you feel like you won't forget, and that is much safer to delete, and so on. So I have already downloaded it, but I'm going to show you that my folder is located here. So let me make it a little bit So you can see that my folder is located inside documents, dev softwares, and I have my folder here called flutter. That's it. That's what you have to do on our first step. So now the second things you need to do now is to update your path. So what does that mean? So if you haven't used that, let me just explain it a little bit clear. What is a path environment? So you can see that I have my command prompt or CMD. I can type Java here and it's going to work because I have already told Windows that in my path, in my variables, Java is recognized, right? The same to Flutter. So at some point you need to tell the Windows that, okay, hey, I have Flutter and Flutter need to be recognized once I type the keyword Flutter in my CMD. And that is what updating your path means. So so how do we update the path? You type, you go to search bar here and you type the environment, and they will come the edit system environment. So you click on that, and then you go to edit environment as they say here for your account. Then you click there, and under user variable, check if there is entry called path. So user variable is here, and we are going to check if there is something called path, and it's here. Double click there, and check if there is entry, and append the path that remember the folder that we have downloaded so far. So go to that folder and check the path flutter/bin. So how do you do that? You go back to the folder that you have downloaded. You can see that it's come inside the flutter. Then click bin, and then click here, copy the path. Okay, copy the path. Then you come here, you can add that path like this. And that's how you are going to add the Flutter to your environment. But I have already done that, so I don't want to do that. After that, you click OK, and it's going to be OK. And you click OK here, and it's done. And you click OK here. So now that's how you update your Flutter path environment. Then after that, just to check if you are successful, you come to your CMD. If you have or opened the CMD before, close it and open it again. Then you'll be having this command, flutter then learn doctor. So this flutter doctor is going to check if your system has all it takes to run the flutter on your machine. And one of the requirements to have the Flutter running in order to develop the mobile application, one of them is to have the Android Studio, which I'm going to also show you how to get one. But let this command finish so that I can explain more what you need to do. But while I'm waiting for this command to give me anything back, so let me go back to GitHub that we'll be using. So you see this requirement here says that we need to have the window PowerShell 5.0 and we need to have the GitHub installed. So click on this link and it's going to take me to the GitHub. So GitHub, this is no, this is not GitHub, this is Git. So Git is a tool that helps developers to share code. So I posted in WhatsApp group and you all said that you are familiar with GitHub. So I have no question about that. So I was going to do the introduction of GitHub, but I assume that you already know and how to use it. If you don't know, please let me know so that I can do the video about it. So you make sure that the GitHub is downloaded and installed in your machine and it's working. So how do you know that GitHub is working? Let me see if I can add any tab here. second tab. I don't know. I think in Linux it is possible, but I'm not sure if you can do it in Windows. So anyway, I will have to open another CMD. So how do you know if you have GitHub? It's just like you check, you use this command and it's going to work. So you are able to type git, then bam, it's going to work. That's how you know if you have GitHub installed, Git installed. So sometimes I mix Git and GitHub, but just is somehow different. So now once you have Git installed, now it's about to go to GitHub. So let me go to our company yegobox, and I'm going to create a new repository called how do we call it? Let's call it, let me make it public first of all, and let me make it to be flutter. Maybe this is flutter school, who knows? I don't know. And this is give it a little bit description. This is to examine flutter skills, okay? And nothing else, just that is enough. The project should be public for you all so that you can access it. So once we have it, let's create it, and that's where you will be having your own branch there. So let's add some files there. Let's add the git ignore files, and let's commit it. Yet you put the git ignore, and let's put some content here, and let's commit these new files here. So now we have our Flutter school, and is now we have our repository. So if you give me your emails on WhatsApp group, I will be able to add you on this repository. So, but I wanted to show you how we'll be doing stuff here. So like everyone watching this video will be pushing the code on this repository, right? And the key point is that you need to make sure that your code is pushed under your branch name. So let's say that your name is Richard, which is my name. So if you want to push the assignment that we gave you, your code need to be under your branch, and your branch will be equal to your name. So my branch should be like, we have the main here, but we'll be having many branches according to the names of every individuals that want to do or work on some assignments, right? That's how we are going to do it. So, and I'm going to clone it and show you how to do that so that you won't be confused. Let me go to this. Let me go to documents. Let me go to company. Let me go to freelance, and let me go here. So how do we clone a repository? So in order for you to start, you need to copy this URL here. So you need to copy this URL, and you come to CMD, and you write this git clone, this git clone, then you paste the URL of the repositories that you want to clone. Then you hit enter, and it's going to take this folder, put it on your local machine, and that is what we call cloning. So cloning is like copying or the folder from this GitHub be able to put it down to your local machine. So you can see that cloning is done. I can go to that for them, and it's called Flutter School. Flutter School. There we are. So now we need to now create a branch. So if I do git branch just to check how many branches are there, I'm going to see only one branch. Okay, you can see that we have the main branch. So the individuals will never commit to this branch, or will never push the code to this branch. So the individuals be pushing to your own branch, and your own branch should be equal to your name. So how do we create a branch? We do git checkout -b, which is creating a branch when it doesn't exist already. So my name is Richard, so I'm going to name the branch to be equal to my name. So I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to check out to this branch, and that's where you are going to create your project, your assignments. So if we do git branch, you can see that I'm already now on um, on git on my branch. So now let's go back to see the result of our command. So we can see that there is some issue here. We have Android Studio saying that there's something that is not installed, but the more importantly here is saying that we have the Flutter running with this version, and we have the Android Studio also installed. Then we have the VS Code installed, and we have no devices connected. So what does it mean? So because Flutter is for building the mobile application, if you connect your mobile to your PC, it's going to show up here. So let's go to so now we have installed Flutter. Now let's go to the second step of installing the VS Code. So let's go here, Android Studio. This is one of the things you need to have in order for Flutter to be happy, but you don't necessarily need to use this Android Studio when you are coding. You can use anything else like VS Code. So you go to this download Android Studio, and you go to the page and you download the Android Studio, and after downloading it, make sure you install the Android Studio. That is what you need to do here, nothing else. So, oh yeah, I don't need a badge right now. So once you have it, just make sure that you have it and nothing else you need to do. So that's it. So now another thing, if you are using the VS Code now, because which is something that we'll be using in these tutorials, so you also need to install the VS Code. So VS Code download. And this is an editor that you should be using, in your daily assignment work. So you can download according to the platform you have. I assume you have Windows, so you download the Windows VS Code. So that's what we had. Let's make sure that the VS Code is also starting so that I can show you the process of having the VS Code. So it's not starting. So in order for me to not eat up your time, just let me move to another thing. So once the VS Code starts, so I will show you what I was going to show you. So now we are on our folder. Remember the folder we have cloned. Okay. Now we are inside it, and we have already created the branch that where we'll be pushing our code. So I'm going to create a Flutter project. So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to create a Flutter project. So let me go back to Flutter website. Scroll back to the bottom, and now we have run this command Flutter Doctor. And let's go down now how to. We have also set up the Android Studio. We have downloaded it. By the way, I just tried to summarize the things, so but you can always go slow to this documentation so that you can refer to it. So this is something you need to read on your own, and just if you hit the problem, I'll be there to help. So now we have installed the Flutter SDK. Now we are going to write our first application. So how do we do that? So we come here, and there's different way you can do it. One of them is just come to this link, write your first application, and you come here. So this is an example. Like if you are on Mac, you'll be having your iPhone as an emulator so that you can see the result while you are developing. And let's go to this part. So this is something you need to do. You need to run this command on your CMD, and you need to run also this command, and you need to also run this command. So I don't know if I've told you, but Flutter can build the mobile application and web. So if you want to enable web also, you can do that by this command. So, but you know, our tutorials for now be focusing on mobile. So once we are sure what we need to do now, now we need to create our first application. So I hope now you are familiar with this code from previous tutorials. And yeah, so let's start. So another thing, if you have downloaded the VS Code, which you have downloaded on this link here, so you come to your VS Code instance, and you come to this icon here, and you make sure that you install Flutter. So you come here and you search something called Flutter. So this is going to install Flutter in VS Code so that you can be able to code Flutter inside the VS Code. So once you come here, you will see this install button. So for me, I have already installed it. So for you, you have to install it because it will not be installed by default. So that's something you need to do so far. So let me close the VS Code. And let me close this one too. Now let me show you how to start the VS Code project. So come back to our terminal where we have the project that we have cloned. Then let's use Flutter command to create a project. Remember, you need to do this command after you have learned this command. This command here. Make sure that you have run this command before this command I'm going to show you. So then you run Flutter create, and you name the project you want. So let me name it to be Richard 2. This command is going to create the project called Richard, and it's going to start it. it's going to create it, do all the things required to create that project. So, and after it is done, now I'll be able to code the project. So while I'm waiting for this to complete, so let me go and tell you what. So you have seen that in that part that we have been using since the beginning. I've been writing code like this in that part. So that is basically Flutter, nothing else. So the fact that we are now installing on our machine is to be able to edit the code locally and also to be able to see the result on our mobile devices, on our phones. So that is the idea of having the Flutter SDK on our machine. Once you have it, you'll be able to have the emulator on your machine, or you can see the result on your physical devices. It's both possible. So you'll be able to see this result here. So, so you can always go back and be able to just read everything that I have summarized in this video. Read it to yourself step by step. Because this video again is a summary of what you can see on this website, plus of course the experiences that I can add to it so that you won't face much of hassles. And that's it. I think we have what we can have. That is the basic thing. So let me see if the command has finished. No, this one. Okay, I think it has finished. So let me go to the document. Let me go to box. Let me go to freelancing. Let me go to school. The directory we have here. I need I need well, where did I put the folder? Isn't it? Let's see. Okay, it's Flutter school. Okay. Now, if we do DL here, we can see that we have now folder called Richard. Now, if we go to Richard and if we have installed the VS Code, then you will have this command called code. Then because I want to open this folder, then I put the dot here. Then I'm going to open that folder inside the VS Code. So now we have our Flutter project created, initiated. Now we have this one file called main. So now, so let me remove this comment so that you can see clearly what we have done so far. So my VS editor is not editing. So let me delete it. These comments, we don't need them right now. So, so the basic things that we have seen is that nothing familiar. We have the main, we have this one app, and my app is called my app. We can see the code here. Then you can run the project by going to the terminal. How do you go to the terminal? You press the Ctrl+P, then you do terminal, then you hit enter, then you are able to open this terminal here. So then after that, you can run the Flutter run. This is going to run the Flutter. Make sure that your mobile device is connected and you run this command. Be able to see the result on on your mobile device. So that's what we had today. So now remember, the last things I'm going to show you is how you'll be submitting your assignments. So remember that I show you this command called git blanch. This is going to show you how much branches you have and which branch you are pointing to right now. So right now we are pointing to Richard, which is the branch. And remember that you need to push the code to your branch. Okay. So I'm going to git add. This is to add everything that we have worked so that I can be able to push them to GitHub. So if I do that, okay, permission denied. That's a problem. Git add. Seems like it has issue. Let me do that here. Permission denied. So if you face that problem, I think that'll be so hard. So we need to open the CMD as administrator and make sure that we can, let me go to here, CMD. Make sure that you open it as administrator. Come on, should be quick by now. So this video was really long, so I didn't want to take much time, but it was just required. So let's go to document, users. Okay, let's go to here, users, document, preference. Flutter, school, cd Richard, which is my project, then git add. So it seems like this folder is causing me trouble. What can I do? Something is not right. Let me remove this git ignore. So that is that problem that happen most of the time. Let me remove that file. So let me remove that file so that it won't bother me. Let me remove this. Richard, ignore. Let me git add back again. So now it's going to work. So I can be able to push. So if I do git status, then I can see that this file has been added. Then I can git add again, then commit message. So what is a commit message? So let's say that I gave you the assignment, then you are able to do it. Then message is just to describe what you have done so far. So let's say that I initialized the project. and hit enter, then I'm able to tell the other people in the same team maybe that, hey, I have done these things, maybe you can check out, maybe you can see what I have done. So this is like a message that is going to explain what you have done in a project. Okay, so now that is done. Now it's a time to push the change to GitHub. So let's go back to GitHub repositories where you'll be pushing your codes, right? So let's go to our company, yegobox, and let's go to Flutter School. And this is where we'll be pushing actually. So let me check a remote. Again, if you don't know what is a remote, I assume that you know, but if you don't know, I'll be happy to create a full GitHub tutorial so that you can see that the remote I'm having here is the origin. This is the name of the remote, and this is the one I'm going to use to push the code to the repository. So I'm going to do git push, use this remote name origin, and I'm going to push to which branch. Remember, the branch I'm going to push to is my name, Richard. And it's going to create this branch on the remote so that the other people in the team can see what is going on. So let me push it. It's going to take time to push the change to the remote. So while we are waiting for the change to be pushed, I think that's what we had to do today. And you'll be seeing the assignment in WhatsApp group. I'll be sending those assignments there. And if you have the question, you can ask me always. And please don't be shy. Please, it's okay to ask a question, any question you'll be having, because it's all about your, if you can ask, that's how you can know, right? And there is no good or wrong question actually. Because it's about you. It's about developing yourself and your skills. It's like nothing's going to be bad if you ask. So you need to drop that things of like not asking. Just ask if you have to. So I think that's what we had today. So I think the video is a little bit longer than what we had used to. But that was just a requirement for us to move to another stage, which is something that I think is a must. So thank you for watching. Please share the video to other people that you think that they can be interested in software development, and be happy to teach you, to coach you to be a better software developers. And to be honest, developers are going to be a lot in demand, and I'd be happy if you have a job after. Let me log into my GitHub account, so sometimes it's required. So I'll be happy just to see you guys be able to have a job, a good job, if you can take these things more seriously. Go to this, just commit and push. So I'm a little bit tired now. You can guess it in my voice because this was really wrong video, and I'm kinda thirsty, but it's okay. It's just something I had to do. So now the code is going to be pushed. It's going to be sent to the repository. I mean that code being sent to the repository, that is what we call push. So it's going to be sent here, and if we go back to here and refresh, we are going to see that we have this branch called Richard. See, and if we go there, we can see the folder, and the folder is going to have the code that we have done so far. So thank you for watching, and please share to the community. Let's grow this community together, and let's create more software engineers in Africa. Thank you so much.